Queen Mary, quite contrary, how does your garden grow? With silver bells and cockle shells, and pretty maids all in a row, 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 and pretty maids all in a row. Well, this is the nursery rhyme I'm going to be looking at for this episode of my series, and please stay tuned to the end, as the most innocuous and innocent lines of this rhyme are the ones that are going to blow your mind. They literally blew me away. So, contrary is definitely not the first word I would think of to describe a murderous psychopath. This wonderful little tune, sung to many a child through their informative years, I know I for one had this sung to me, is not anywhere near as sweet and innocent as it would imply. A lovely lady tending her growing garden of silver bells and cockle shells, how sweet! However, in actuality, that contrary lady the rhyme is referring to is Queen Mary the First of England, also known as Bloody Mary. She reigned here in England from 1553 to 1558. A short period of reign, but enough time to create a huge amount of death, destruction and bloodshed, hence the name Bloody Mary. During this time, she executed and tortured hundreds of Protestants due to her fierce Catholicism. Breaking down the rhyme, it appears that the lyric, "How does your garden grow?" is referring to her lack of producing an heir to the throne. So, how does your garden grow simply means, so where are those children to succeed you? There is, however, another theory that it could refer to her unsuccessful attempts to reverse the religious changes put in place by her father, Henry VIII, and brother, Edward VI, who of course removed Catholicism. It could of course refer to both. Pretty maids all in a row is thought to be her multiple miscarriages, although it is now in doubt she was ever actually pregnant at all. The main theory behind this line is that it is referencing the execution of Lady Jane Grey and the many, many executions of the land's Protestants and of course Mary's enemies, mainly female, that she would burn at the stake one after the other. Burning at the stake was the typical punishment for heresy. The reason being that there was not only death, and a really horrible and nasty one at that, but complete destruction of the body. To prevent any use of their body parts for relics, they would be burned and their ashes thrown into the river. Now this is where it gets really dark. This lovely, contrary lady was also a big fan of torture. Huge fan of torture, hence the line, "Silver bells and cockle shells." Ever wondered where that line came from? Well, I'm afraid it's not what we conjured up in our childish minds of sweet tinkling bells. Oh no. Silver bells and cockle shells were actually torture devices. Really, really nasty ones. The silver bells were the thumb screws used to crush the thumbs of the Protestant or enemy between two hard surfaces, designed specifically to cause as much pain and mutilation as possible. And the cockle shells, I'm so sorry to have to tell you this and remove the very last shred of childhood innocence, but they were torture devices specifically designed for use in the genital area. Okay, so on that note of crushing your lovely memories like a thumbscrew, thank you for joining me, and please like and subscribe so you can be ready for the next episode in the series, and also please tell me in the comments what you would like to see covered. Take care, and please don't have nightmares. Lots of love.